Hello everybody, King here. Minecraft Live 2023 is just a couple of days away, and so I wanted to make a video about my predictions on everything that will be announced during the Minecraft live stream. So let's go ahead and get right into it with the mob vote. I feel like this is the most interesting one to date. I feel like a lot of people are actually really interested in how this mob vote will turn out. A lot of people are calling for it to actually get called off and just have all three mobs added. However, I feel like that's not the right move here, and I do think that Minecraft should continue doing the mob vote. It's another reason to come to the show. So let's go ahead and get into my prediction here. From what I've been seeing on YouTube, a lot of people actually really want the armadillo to win. From what I've been seeing on Twitter, a lot of people really want the crab to win. I haven't been seeing a whole lot of support thrown behind the penguin, especially because while it is an adorable mob, its use is just to be a dolphin except for boats. So I don't see a lot of people really picking up on the penguin, but my prediction is that the penguin will come in last. It might be a close last, but we'll have to wait and see for the actual real deal here, but penguin last. Armadillo is second, and the only reason I think the armadillo will beat the penguin is while it's not adorable, it does give you the ability to make armor for your wolves. However, I see it coming in second to the crab because the use isn't as wide of a use for most people. The truth is, more often than not, nobody is going to use their dog armor. They're going to put it on their dog and then they're going to call it a day. One of the reasons the armadillo is getting a lot of votes, though, I feel like, is a lot of people are already making the assumption that it could have some features that they want, such as armor trims, dyeing it, or even just the ability to make other types of armor as well, and not just the armadillo dog. And then that leaves us with the crab winning, and I believe it'll win because of the use that it gives you, which is the ability to place blocks farther away. A lot of people have also made up theories about this one where you can reach farther away, so you can break blocks farther, you can, hit farther away. That is simply untrue. It is the only confirmed thing that the crab claw will give you is the ability to place blocks farther away. And that's all you should vote for based on these polls with things that are feature related. Don't vote on potential, vote on what's announced, because you're going to end up disappointed otherwise. Even with things like the sniffer last year, a lot of people were hoping that it was going to give us a ton of plants. They said it was going to give us some plants. And they didn't lie. It gave us 2 plants. That's how they got away with it. I was expecting 3, 4, maybe 5, but they did 2. The bare minimum to have the plural plants. So GG on that motion. But yes, I'm betting on the crab winning. That brings us on to other news. We're gonna save some of this for last, the most interesting bits. But I want to talk to you guys about Minecraft Dungeons. Minecraft Dungeons always has a segment of the show dedicated to it. However, if you missed one of my more recent videos, I'll leave it in the iCards. They have discontinued updates for Minecraft Dungeons. So what this will mean is they're most likely going to announce their brand new game. They're probably going to even show a trailer. So what will this new game be? It could either be a Minecraft Dungeons 2, but I don't see it being the case there. I think it's actually going to be something entirely different. I for some reason have a strong feeling it's going to be a card battle or similar vein to Hearthstone, and this could restart the mobile expansion of Minecraft games. In case you guys forgot, Minecraft Earth was a thing that existed a couple of years ago, and now it has since disappeared. I could see the card battlers sticking around for a very long time, though. These games are very popular, and people really do enjoy them. So I do see this happening. They'll thank the players for their support for the game and how they got 25 million players in total on Minecraft Dungeons. And then I think they'll end off that segment with a cool trailer for their new game. And possibly run into a brand new segment for the new game with a quick Q&A with some YouTubers who got their pre-selected question that they have to ask instead of questions that everybody wants to know. So that's likely what we'll see for that. I can't make a ton of predictions on the new game, but we'll see a lot of gameplay for it, I'm sure. Then that takes us to Minecraft Legends. Minecraft Legends will probably get a new DLC that's announced, and it'll have a lot of gameplay to hopefully drive more sales and a player base, and probably a segment showing some YouTubers playing the game and having fun. Because if the game does not bounce back into any form of hype or any form of spotlight, we're gonna have to see the game die very, very quickly. So far, it did not have the launch that was expected. I think a lot of people were kind of expecting it to have a really nice launch, a lot of people playing it. It just didn't get that for whatever reason. So hopefully that gets fixed and Minecraft Legends can live on. You're going to hear plenty about Xbox Game Pass, because with it being a Microsoft company, you're going to hear about it nonstop. They're going to tell you, you can play Minecraft Dungeons on Xbox Game Pass, you can play Minecraft Legends on Xbox Game Pass, you can play Minecraft Java Edition on Xbox Game Pass for PC, you can play Minecraft Bedrock Edition on Xbox Game Pass. They're going to be pushing it really hard this year especially. That seems to be the direction that Microsoft is wanting to go, is a lot of cloud gaming. And so I believe they're going to use this event as an opportunity to kind of help push people towards it. Now let's go ahead and get into the part that I think most of us are here for. The Minecraft news that will be talked about right at the end of the show, as always, will probably be an end update. And that's judging from past moves in the game development cycle. We're gearing up for a new dimension. For those of you who have missed it, in the Deep Dark, there's this giant portal-like structure thing. We won't get a new dimension until the end gets a refresh. They have already basically confirmed that there won't be any new dimension until the current ones are considered in a polished state. So we have to wait on an end update. So this could be things very similar to how the Nether update got its update back in 1.16. This will likely include 3 new biomes and 2 new wood types and something to feed the player. The wood types will probably be something closely related to the End or Endermen. So expect something purple and maybe even a black wood. I think those would both look very fantastic, and I'm hoping that that's kind of what happens, but I'm not going to hold my breath too much on that one. For food, it'll probably be a new mob that drops some sort of meat. I really hope it's not pork, because we already have that for the Nether, so an end pig just doesn't make sense. We'll probably also get a brand new plant that's similar to berries. I feel like that would probably be a good move for some sort of end plant. Not one that teleports you like coarse fruit. I think just something that you can eat, just plain and simple. And for the third biome, I think something that's extremely corrupt looking that would help it fit into the end feel. The end was meant to be a void, a very vast void with nothing in it, or that was very inhospitable just because of the lack of things in it. That's the way I've always seen it. That's the way it's always been portrayed. So I think adding in these new biomes, you have to have a balance of this really dangerous biome that feels corrupted and feels destroyed almost. Very similar in how I would kind of imagine like the Corner Farlands. I don't know how many of you guys have seen the Corner Farlands in Minecraft Bedrock Edition, but the Corner Farlands is really interesting to look at. I kind of think something like that in the end, but also with a really large structure in it that is similar to, say, the Piglin Bastions, but not Piglin. Very much end-themed, maybe not even with any creatures inside of it, but just in general is a dangerous place to be. Maybe they add some sort of fog that when you walk into it, it can teleport you somewhere random. This is a place that I think if it got added, it should be a place that you'd only want to go after you get your wings. That way there's still a sense of progression in the game. Because as it is right now, once you get your wings, you don't go anywhere else. You're done. You're completely finished with killing things and all that. There's really no reason to continue exploring, I feel like. Having this third biome with that structure in it would be amazing. Another thing that would also get added with this would be a new music disc. I don't know who would compose it. They kind of are choosing new composers every time, and I kind of like that. And I think this one would be a really cool music disc as well. Something that really feels the vibe of being in the end. A new enchantment would also probably be in this structure. Something for the helmet, probably named something like Ender Sight. It would give you better vision in dark places, and it would also have a trade-off, so you couldn't have it on with like Aqua Affinity or Respiration. That seems like the way Minecraft is kind of going with some of these newer enchantments is you can have this or you can have this, but you cannot have both. That's kind of what I've been liking to see recently, and so I think an enchantment that gives you better vision in dark places, not quite night vision, just a little bit better visibility. I don't need something super insane. Also, with this update, a slight side note that probably is going to have a lot of backlash. I would say it would likely have the combat snapshots from a couple of years back work their way into this update and make the combat/end update V2. This would fix everything from 1.9, but also add in new features that people have requested for a very long time. That also brings us to our next update possibility. If they don't do an end update, it's going to be a remaining overworld generation overhaul. And this would probably include all the old concepts from previous mob votes. So things like the Badlands, the Savannah, the Birch Forest, the Desert, the Moobloom, the Iceologer, the Glare, the Copper Golem, the Rascal, the Tough Golem. We could even see things from Minecraft China Edition, such as the Crocodile, the Golden Monkey, the Deer, and the Dolphin. There's a lot of features that could bring the overworld as a dimension closer to quote-unquote completion, and would open the door to making the end update possible the very next year, which would then give us our new dimension right after that. So let's go and break up what this update would be. Bringing back all the previous mob vote / biome vote features would give you the desert, which has a new sub-biome called the Oasis, and that would have palm trees in them. Along with those features, the desert would get more life with meerkats running around them. With the desert update, you would also have the Savannah changes that were mentioned in the very same mob vote. So that would give you a new type of tree called the Baobab tree. A new mob in this biome would also be the ostrich, and there would be an addition of termites. It was never confirmed whether or not the termites would be another mob, but if it was, that would give you 2 new mobs in the same biome. Minecraft China Edition as a community had a mob vote that they could add 1 creature to the game to help represent them. They chose the panda. However, there were a couple of other mobs that they could have picked from, and I do think they could also make their way in here, scattered throughout the world wherever it would make the most sense. And to just refresh your memory on what those were, that was the crocodile, the golden monkey, the deer, and the pink dolphin. Like I said, they would all be scattered around to fit wherever they needed to be, but I think overall this would add a lot more life to the game. In 2019, the vote for that year was between the swamp, the Badlands, and the mountains. The biome that won that year was the mountains, but the swamp update came soon after that, adding the mangrove. The Badlands is the only biome from the 2019 vote that hasn't gotten its features yet, and it would be very easy to get its update as well. All that they need to do is add tumbleweeds, flowery cactus, and vultures. Now, when I say that it would be very easy, I'm not trying to dog on Mojang for saying that, you know, they're lazy, blah, 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 blah. Mojang is doing actually a phenomenal job, believe it or not. The game has never been in such a great state, I feel like. I have been enjoying myself more and more with every update, and I've been noticing a lot less bugs as of recent. So I do applaud Mojang for that. For even more life in the update, they would also add creatures from the Minecraft Live 2020 vote. The Moobloom in the Flower Forest, and the Iceologer in the mountains. The Glare from the 2021 mob vote would also be in this update and add more life and a friendly face to places like caves and maybe even forests. The other mob in that update that did not get added was the Copper Golem, and while not adding life to the world since you have to build it yourself, I think it would be good to go ahead and add it if they had the extra time. In a similar vein, the Tough Golem would come as well, and the Rascal would also come because it would add more life into the caves and would give players gifts if they found them 3 times. The only biome that I mentioned that wasn't in the votes was the Birch Forest, and that was due to it being shown in concept art that they later came out and said was not meant to be a part of the update, and that it was just a pretty visual that they wanted to show on screen. I think Mojang likely has fleshed out an update around the Birch Forest now, that the community has shown more interest around it. So this update would be large, but adding all these things would make the community extremely happy. It would unite them again, would make the overworld more complete so they can move their focus towards other features that need work. As with the last update though, 1.20, I believe that they will only show us things that they have already worked on to the point of being finished, in an effort to not have too much workplace stress to get promised features out in time. We likely won't see a ton of stuff announced, besides a new mob, a set of blocks, and maybe even a new biome. But outside of that, they probably won't have everything ready to show off. So this means that we're going to see a few features, and I'm likely wrong on both of my predictions here. However, I just wanted to share my thoughts with you guys. Let me know what you guys think of some of these ideas with a comment down below, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you later. Goodbye.